On this journey, the top shelf and back again, we saved the best for last.
Actually, second last, we still have the 2 masters.
Oh yeah.
We'll fix it later. It'll be fine.
I actually like the little best of thingy, you know?
Yeah.
I like the idea, the concept behind it. From my understanding, they select the best barrel of that year that's the most yummiest, and then they put that one as the best of series.
And that means it's a very limited run. You generally get like 200 to 300 bottles in a run. So it actually is quite limited edition.
Who's the worst culprit for that again? It was Kraken. But Kraken's limited edition just means a different color bottle. A little bit more stumpier, which I like, and the golden wax seal on the top, ooh, that nice. It's a very sexy bottle, might I say. And I do like how they really kind of got a nice heavy heaping of the wax.
They didn't stinge on that.
Yeah, it looks good. Definitely is a good looking bottle, and I like the handwritten identifications on the front, such as the rarity, the ABV.
Yeah, you can even track down cask it came from.
Yep. And I think it got a little panel on the side for the signature.
Yes,
of the master blender too, hand signed. Looks very nice. Yeah, it's funny when you get those ones that are limited edition to 10,000 bottles.
yeah, you're not writing on that.
Golden, almost cola color.
Yeah, deep sort of golden with like brown edges and that almost.
Yeah.
So like there's nice sort of dark spots in there, isn't there?
Yeah, I feel like there's a hint of brown in there. Like golden brown.
And that viscosity that we've come to expect from Dictador.
Distinctly Dictador. I'm going to put it that way. I'm starting to feel like Dictador's got their own signature smell. Like when you start nosing your Dictador, I feel like you can tell it's a Dictador compared to other rums. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you get the plantation.
I wonder if that's also too because they're from that sugarcane honey and not just like the molasses or something like that.
Yeah, I reckon this combination of sugarcane honey is a big part of it, and they're probably running their own custom yeast.
Yeah.
So I reckon that's also part of it there.
Plus the environment in Colombia, from what I'm aware, one of the major distilleries is near the ocean sort of thing. So they have quite temperate sort of environments and everything else. So,
yeah, I reckon that's it. I'm starting to become accustomed to Dictador rums in a way. Like you nose it and you go, yeah, that's a Dictador rum. And you've got all the other rums as well out there.
Well, speaking of the other rums, let's get rid of them.
What sorcery is this?
Editing.
Caramelly, almost vanilla-esque. I wonder if that's because of that whiskey barrel. Maybe some fruit.
I think for me, the XO and that was a much better sort of a smell and everything else. It's sort of easier to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one here, leaning a bit more to that whiskey side sort of a thing. It is mildly coming through in that. So yeah, that's kind of interesting to have a rum that's kind of
better.
The whiskey pie. I don't know about that.
Oh, I'm funny.
You think so?
All right, let's go in for a taste, eh?
All right, yeah. Getting a bit more of an alcohol bite from this one than from the XOs and that. So yeah, that little bit of warmth coming down, but nothing just sort of like too bad or jabby.
Yeah, it hangs around longer, I feel. Okay, for the Altisimo release, Dictador have employed barrels with unique signatures of Scotch whisky. So bring fragrance, they're looking at things like malt, peat smoke, minerals, and peel. Which peel, I do not know, but the peel of something. In this distilled sugarcane honey. It tastes very Dictador to me, with maybe an extra bit of maltiness and a bit more of a sustain. It hangs around a bit longer. Yeah, for me, smooth up front. It's a bit rougher at the end.
Yeah.
Notes of vanilla and caramel, and probably a little bit of maltiness taste. I'm not enjoying the aftertaste of this one as much.
Yeah.
It's almost sour-ish compared to the other ones.
I'm comparing these against the other Dictadors that I have. I wouldn't put this against like some other rum somewhere else and say that it's that it's worse than theirs. Yeah, and it's a lot harder to pull any of those notes out like they did with the XOs. Those were just much more forward, much more pleasant. And then this one here, it is that one barrel sort of thing. And for me, it's not hitting the mark. And this one is more on that sort of alcohol sort of a side, where the other ones I feel like they were almost just like a dessert or an experience in themselves. So yeah, this is like a really good example of, you know, that year and what that barrel did to this particular one. So I think a collector would who's interested in passing out those notes would be more interested in this one. But for me, the big showstoppers of having tasted in XOs, I think, the XOs really stood out a bit more for me than this one's done. So
I think this is about, what, $350 redos?
Yeah, I think it started around there, depending which one you get.
You're looking at that, and I think it's a smart move for investing. In that way, you're increasing it from there. But if you're after a sipping rum that just casually, man, that 12 and 20 is pretty damn good.
Yeah, they're hard to go past.
These limited ones are really cool, very exclusive limited runs. But those 12 and 20 are just, I felt like they really tuned it nicely, and they've got those offerings there as their base ones, and rightly so on these ones. So these are nice with extra twists on it and changes, and you're buying it for the exclusivity, I feel, on those.
I think just coming into it, we've just sort of had such a nice smooth rum, and Dictador has kind of affected and changed what I think smooth is. And now to have this one, it's just kind of like, ooh, okay, that was a little bit more bitey.
It's gonna be super interesting, this one, because it's a little bit of a lull. The other ones were really happy with the 12 and 20. This one, not as much. It makes me really think about the two masters, because the other two masters we tried was magical. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the next journey is gonna bring us.
Yes, because this one does blur the lines a little bit between your alcohol calories, between your rum and whiskey, but your two masters just smashes that line all together and definitely brings something new to the table. So definitely check out that episode.
You know what to do, like and subscribe down below. Click all the fun buttons, beep, pop, 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 pop. And we're the High Proof Brothers. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Do brain things.
Slaps you awkwardly in the face.
What's going on here?
In my head, it was like, you bought it for the bottle.
Oh, that just ran up to the back of my throat and punched my tonsils.
We're making pot.